welcome to my channel. My name is Laura Johnson and I just recently colored my hair blonde. This is my first video with it actually fully blonde, and this is a video that I want to do for pretty much my blog. I recently put a post out and it was, what is it called? It's called Why You Should Do the Things You Love. Yeah, and that's what this video is called. And I don't know why I blanked out on that, but I've been going through a tough couple of months trying to find a new job and then trying to get right with my husband, I guess. Nothing really happened. I was focusing too much on my husband, and my husband was focusing too much on work. So my husband wanted to focus on other things other than work, and he wanted to get focused on himself. And me, in the process of taking care of him and all about him, I end up getting out of what I do, and then we are both pretty much fighting 24/7. And so we've been kind of fighting, but not fighting. It's just we've been butting heads a lot. We've been so focused on other things other than ourselves. He's been working 24/7. I've been trying to work and trying to apply, and in the meanwhile, I've also been doing videos and doing things that I love. So that gets me to this video. This video is all about doing things that I like to do. Movies. Me and Josh, we watch movies that we watch together, and then we watch movies that he likes to watch, but we never watch movies that I like to watch unless Josh thinks that he'll be into it. You know what I mean? Not that I really don't care. I actually like to watch my movies by myself, especially if it's like a tearjerker one, or if it's like a Nicholas Sparks or like a sappy. I'm watching my movies. I also get very inspired, and the movies to me that I watch help me. There's things that I take away from them that help me with my own life. I don't care what anybody says. Some people just watch movies just to watch movies. I watch movies because I can truly connect to them. I really love the messages that they send out, and I actually learn from them. Just like books, you know, some people read books for entertainment. Some people read books to actually learn from them, to actually learn life lessons, or there's a message in them that they can take from it. And my one movie that I have like a couple. Now and Then, I watched that one, and that one really inspired me. You know, girls growing up and learning their life lessons. One girl, Teeny, she was the blonde girl. She's the girl that was like on Hocus Pocus, and she was talking to her friend Samantha. I love her. She's like my favorite one in the whole movie. But I also like the girl who plays Wednesday Addams. I keep forgetting what her name is. I only know that she's Wednesday Addams. And but Samantha's my favorite because I think she's really cute. Plus, I've been through what she's been through, especially with divorced parents. You know, your mom leaves, or in her case, her dad left and her mom was there and ended up getting a boyfriend right then and there, like the next second. And to me, like, that's kind of like what I've been through, except my mom's not like, my mom is like a very loving person, and when she gets done with one relationship, she doesn't mope and cry about it. She just moves on to the next relationship. That's just how she is, and to me, that's how I am, except I don't just jump back into a relationship. I'll completely take my time on a new relationship, but when a relationship is over, it is over, and I move on to the next one. So Teeny was trying to tell Samantha it's normal for life to be, I don't want to say the word, but it's normal for life to be just messed up in general. And we think that we should live this cookie cutter lifestyle. We think we should have everything planned out. We think that we should be in a car in a nice house with kids and by X amount of time. And it's honestly not true. You can have kids whenever you want. You can have a nice car truly whenever you want. If you want a shitty car for the rest of your life, go for it. Josh not that his truck's shitty or anything. He loves his truck. He always loves working on his truck, and it's his dream truck, and it's an old Dodge F1 or 1500 or something like that. He loves it. And he's going to keep that car until he gets another truck, and he'll get, if he gets another truck, he'll still keep that truck. And me, I just want my RAV4, my new car. I love it, and I'm done. We're good. But my new car was needed because I need a reliable vehicle for my work, because I don't know anything about cars, and I need a reliable vehicle. And we got just a cheap used car, and it had only like 40,000 miles on it, so it is like perfect. Sorry, my leg itches. So that's, I was very depressed because I had to pretty much stop my career as a hairstylist because I physically couldn't do it because my hands, and anytime I put some gloves on or do my hair, it makes my hand itch so bad. And I got into the slump to where I literally thought I just couldn't. I was so negative. I was crying every night. I was just emotional. The next day when I didn't have a job, I was just emotional, and I just felt like a failure, and I was slowly getting into this hole. And when I watched that movie and she said that, that was like a smack in the face. I even started crying in that part of the movie because I was just like, well, yeah. And it just really hit hard. And so when I watched that movie, it was very nice. And there was also another quote, and I guess his name, Crazy Pete, in the movie. He says, sometimes you can't change what's going on. Pretty much you can't change what's happening in the world, but doesn't mean the world stops because you're having a bad day. And Josh has told me that the past few weeks. I can't move on with my life if I'm just going to sit at home and have a bad day every single day just because I don't have a job. You have to go out and you have to do something, and you have to keep going because the world doesn't stop. Pretty much. I was also watching She's Out of My League. That movie really helped because it kind of made me understand like where Josh was coming from, because he told me, he's like, you're really not as confident as you were. He's like, you're very negative. And he got really mad, and this was one of the things. He got really mad because I was comparing myself to other people. And in that movie, that's like the whole, that's the one thing that it's based around, is comparing yourself to other people. And I kept comparing myself, my success, to other people. I kept, why am I not here when somebody else is there? She did the same, she went through the same thing that I did, but I had a different outcome. Or she got lucky because she could do this, but why didn't I get lucky? Like, I kept driving myself insane. And Josh just simply, after when I watched that movie, I was like, yeah. And he said, you're not going to get anywhere if you keep doing that. You're just going to stay in the same place. You're going to have the same mindset. You're going to say to yourself 24/7, I can't do that because someone else is going to be doing that. And what I'm taking from that is, even though somebody's going through something and you want to be there, does not necessarily mean that you will be there. If anything, that's probably not even your story. That's probably not where you're meant to be. I don't want to bring religion into this because, like, people are going to be like, that's not where God wants you to be. I know a lot of people are not all religious, and I know people have different faiths. So I'm just going to say everybody has a different story, pretty much. Everybody has a different life. That's what makes us unique and individual. And I think that a lot of people don't get that. And I think a lot of people, they try to make something of to make something of an idea that they want. Kind of like love. You can love somebody, but doesn't mean that that's supposed to be your person that you're with 24/7 or for life or anything like that. People have different stories. Just because you sought out one person does not mean that's going to be the one person of your entire life. You might have some other relationships. You might loop around, date that person, marry that person, have kids, and then stay together with somebody. Or you're meant to be with somebody else that makes you whole. And I believe Josh is the one that makes me whole. But who's to say that my story is not to love Josh 24/7? or the rest of my life. I hope so. And Josh says so. So we're just gonna leave it at that. We're just gonna enjoy it while we can, and we're gonna try to make the best of it, and we're gonna try to make it happen. Same thing with your career. You can do the best you can with it. You can love it. You can do the best. You can have fun with it. You can ride it out. But if something happens, like me, where you have a medical condition and you can't handle it physically, then you have no other choice but to like pretty much choose something else. And that's where I am right now. It's where I'm trying to look for and do and all this other stuff, even though I don't like it, but we're just gonna go with it. So yeah. So other than movies, music is my number one. In the blog, I talk about like a bunch of the music. Of course, I can't play any other music, but I've been getting a lot of inspiration of like Ariana Grande and this guy that I've never heard of. His name is NF. And the video that I watched, I don't know if it was the song or the video, but it came out on my birthday, and I told Josh that this song by NF was a sign. And Josh doesn't like I said, he doesn't like rap other than country rap. He likes Ryan Upchurch, Denim Jones, something like that. And he likes all those guys. And when I told him this one, I knew he wouldn't really like it or care for it, but he actually listened to it, and he's like, okay, well, what do you take from that song? And I was like, everything. Literally. Like, he describes how I feel right now. When I first heard that song, you get it. But I was literally just crying, ugly crying in my car, like just jamming out to it because it hit so hard. Luckily it was nighttime and nobody could see me, but it hit home so much, and it was the exact way that I feel. And I was crying because the words never hit. The words in the song never hit me so hard, except for like a few other songs that I'm going to mention. But that one was like the one that really stuck with me, and it's a new song that I like, even though like I'm probably the only person that like loves that song. But if you love the song, please comment down below why you love it and what do you take from that song and what that song gets you through, because it got me through just feeling the heaviness of life and feeling like I am drowning, and then trying to constantly swim and swim and swim back up, and trying to just catch a breath of fresh air, because it is so hard to just get a break sometimes in life. And right now that's what I'm trying to work for, is just to get a break and just to get to where I can do something that I love again and enjoy it. But right now I'm going to have to do a few things that I don't like. Not that I'm going to do like prostitution or stripping and stuff like that, but work a 9-to-5 job where I have to be there. That's the one thing that like really gets me anxious, is working at a job where I can't leave where I want to anymore. If I'm having a bad mental day, I have to stay at work and pretty much tough it out and get over it and keep working. And that really scares me. And that song, I feel like, is that one song that's going to get me through. Another song that is kind of like that is Ryan Upchurch, Tunnel Vision. Anytime that song plays, like, I cry to that song too, because I swear, like, in the song it says, working dead-end jobs that I didn't even like, and it's tunnel vision to the BS that gets thrown at me in life, or to the bull, whatever, to the BS that gets thrown at me in life. And it's just all about having tunnel vision, no matter what you're doing. As long as you have that goal towards the end of the tunnel, like, pretty much, you just gotta do tunnel vision to what you want in life. You know, just look at that goal and stick with it and do what you have to get there. And that's kind of where I am right now to get with YouTube and to my blog, is just focusing on, one, trying to get, you know, this house paid off, this rent house, and trying to pay off our debt, which we've already paid off my debt. My debt kind of took it over itself. I don't know how. And we're trying to just do the best we can to finish our debt and to get this house paid off and save up for a new house, and that way we can live a better life, which we have a good life right now. I love it. We have a rent house, and that's good. As long as we're in this rent house and we have our dogs safe and everything, it's fine. And Josh is working as hard as he can right now, and it's just fine. But that's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep working at things, and you gotta keep doing what you have to get a good life, or to live the life that you want. There we go. To live the life that you want. So other than that, there's like Ariana Grande, pretty much the Breathe-In song. That's my favorite, because the, you know, just the first few lyrics is like, there's like days where I wake up and just going to the kitchen and eating, I don't even want to do. Not that I have like an eating disorder. Obviously I don't. Like, I eat a lot of food. I got a double chin. Like, I don't have an eating disorder. But there's some days where it just takes all of my energy just to get out of bed. Like, it's almost like, what's the point of getting out of bed when I don't have a job? What's the point of getting out of bed when I don't have a husband to take care of when he's home because he's gone at work? What's the point of getting out of bed when I don't, like, I will literally say, like, what's the point in, like, watching YouTube? None of my YouTubers have posted anything else. What's the point of watching movies that not even my own husband likes? Like, what's the point of doing things that I can't share with somebody else? What's the point? Like, the key to life is happiness, and happiness is better when shared. And it's almost like, what's the point of anything? What's the point of me listening to music that I like when I can't even share it with anybody, or can't even do anything with, like, it's not like, it's almost like, why should I care about being an Ariana Grande fan when I possibly can never go to her concert? Why should I listen to NF when I'm probably never going to go to his concert? Why? Like, I start thinking about such negative things. And sometimes I got to remember, just keep breathing, because one, as long as you're breathing, you're fine. Like, just remember to breathe, to relax. But then there's that NF song to where it says, just because you're breathing doesn't mean you're alive. So then I go back to that song, and just, there's like different stages, you know, when I'm in a different mindset. Sometimes just breathing isn't living. Like, breathing doesn't mean you're living. You have to do the things that you love. You have to go out there and do what you need to do to live a full life. Because if you're just sitting at home or just working a 9-to-5 job, like, what's the point of life? You know? And that's like the things that I think about. And so yeah, that's why the music that I listen to, it really helps me get through a lot of things, and it helps me get my mind together, because I have all these things going everywhere. And then when I listen to some songs, it literally, like, it's therapy, and it helps me put my thoughts together, and it's easy to get my jumbled thoughts into like one lyric, I guess you could say. Going on to hobbies, I do YouTube, and I do my I do YouTube and I do my blog. Those things a lot of people would find pointless. A lot of people in my family just don't get why I do YouTube. Not that I even try to make a career out of it. I just do it, one, so I can talk it out. I have videos that are like this one. It's going on 24 minutes right now. I don't know how many minutes is going on in the actual video on YouTube, because I probably cut it down a lot. But I can talk it out. I can tell y'all. I can just kind of have a release. And that's what my YouTube is my release. And so is so is my website. It's my release. I can put whatever is on my mind on there and not be judged by it. And if anything, have people relate to it. And it's really nice to feel like I'm not the only one in the world. And I feel like it's nice for y'all to feel like y'all aren't the only one in the world. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one going through it, because like I'll tell a friend and they're like, there's something wrong with you. And I'm like, no, I just feel like it's normal to feel this way, to feel like my life wasn't going where I thought it would go. And they're like, no, I feel like I grew up in a town that's like so conformed you gotta conform to social normalcy. So, you know, what's normal for me is not normal for my town. YouTube is not normal from where I'm from. YouTube is just stupid. If I ever could make my own success story, I want it to start here. I want it to start at YouTube. I want to build off of, you know, what I go through. I want to build off my life, and I feel like that's what a lot of famous people do. Like, they don't start being great at something. They start out from the bottom, and I feel like I'm not rock bottom, because I could be rock bottom. I could be without my husband. I can be without my family. I could be without my dogs. I could be without a roof over my head. I could be stuck on the street. And I feel like right now in my life, it's going through a lot of changes, and I want somebody to see that it's normal. This is fine. This is how life is. And I feel like a lot of people don't put a lot of their dirty laundry out there, or they don't put their actual how they got there kind of story. And I don't want to cry, because I can't cry about it anymore. You know, it's kind of, if anything, it's funny. You know, it's funny where life can take you, and you can go down the road knowing that you're going to laugh at this one day. You're going to think I'm probably going to think this video is stupid. I'm probably going to think that I was overreacting, and I'm probably going to think that this was just something that I posted at not really a dark time in my life. It's really not dark. I'm just going through a lot of changes, and it's hard to go through them, and I'm getting almost to a quarter life crisis, because a quarter of my life is about to go by, and I feel like it's gone by so fast, but only because I'm just living my life. I've only really lived on my own, or with my husband, pretty much. Not that, what is it? I don't know. I've only been an adult for so long, and I feel like my life is almost over, and I've only been an adult technically for 5 years. And, you know, I gotta remember, you know, this isn't it. This is only 5 years of my adult life. I still got maybe 70, 80 more years to go. So why am I freaking out now? Like, I feel like a lot of kids, they get a little bit of a head start because, you know, they grow up with a family that, you know, can afford things, and they grow up with a family that once you like something, that they'll go with it. I grew up with a mom that wouldn't let me do YouTube. I'm pretty sure if she saw that I really liked YouTube and I could make something out of it, she probably would have seen a different outcome. But she didn't let me do YouTube until I was like 18, or when I was in high school. I used to get grounded for making a YouTube channel, and nobody understood why. And I made YouTube videos way before YouTube was actually popular. And if my friend Macy had any kind of proof, like, I would show it right now, because I started on her channel, because when I would go over to my friend Macy's house, we would literally do videos there. And then it gets to where, like, we had, like, people from our school, like, oh, y'all made a YouTube video, it was so funny, like, y'all are so cool, whatever. And I get grounded, and we have to take the video off, and all of a sudden everybody's like, what the heck? And we could have made something out of it, we could have not made something out of it, we could have made probably, like, so many videos of us being friends and not being friends again, and us being friends again, you know. And we didn't get to do that, and that was like something else that was taken from me. And I feel like the reason why I post this blog is because I wanted to tell or let y'all know that there's going to be a whole bunch of people that will stop or tell you not to do what you love. And sometimes what you love to do can end up getting you in trouble, like YouTube. My mom wouldn't let me do YouTube, so I would get in trouble for doing something I love. Sometimes people will make fun of you for what you love when it makes you happy. Some people want to change you because it's not what they like, and you shouldn't. Josh understands that I like to do different things than he does. You know, he's a boy, I'm a girl. I like feminine things. He likes more masculine things. You know, not saying that boys can't like feminine things and girls can't like masculine things. It's just how our personalities are. I like the girly music and I like the girly movies and I like a lot of girly things, but sometimes I like, you know, fishing and stuff and watching fishing videos with Josh, but he likes to do it 24/7. He likes to watch cars. He likes to do, you know, there's a middle, but then there's separate spectrums, you know? And don't let somebody that's on a different spectrum than you judge you. Don't let somebody that is more smart than you make you feel like you're dumb. Just because they know more math or computer or biology or forensics or criminal stuff, like, doesn't mean that you don't know anything about art, music, passion, poetry. You know what I mean? That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us different. That's what makes Josh fall in love with me, is me liking things that other people don't. And you shouldn't let that stop you. Don't compare yourself. Don't say, I should like this because this other girl likes that. Don't say that, you know, maybe it's okay to not like these stuff anymore. Just because some people don't like what you're doing doesn't mean that you should grow out of it, and doesn't mean that you should stop. You know, you should just keep doing what makes you happy. So it's probably, hopefully I wasn't too redundant, and hopefully this made sense. This is kind of like me rambling. If you want more videos like this, please like it and comment down below what makes you happy. And if you want more videos, or if you want to see more videos and get updated, I don't have a notification bell, but you can always subscribe and I'll pop up on your subscribe list. So yeah, thank you for watching and I hope to see you again.